goal. That's our Dexter footwork of the pros. Robert Smith has used those Dexter shoes to pick up a couple of wins on the PBA Tour. And to learn more about the Dexter, the best Dexter solution for you, talk to your local pro or visit dextershoe.com.
That's nice there, Ronnie. Bryon-Smith taking advantage of that trip two-pin on the left lane.
Right now, make a good shot.
You can see that Bryan's speed is about 2 miles an hour softer than Robert's. His rev rate's a lot lower than Robert's rev rate. Right now, Robert Smith's rev rate's about 463 RPMs. That's off his hand at release. Bryon-Smith at about 347.
Now a strike will cut the Robert Smith lead down to 12. There you go. Back in it. He is right. He is right back in it. Bryon-Smith comes up with the strike, his third in a row. He only trails by 12. Our opening match from Latham, New York. We'll be back. Don't do that, Mike. Strikes. Bryon-Smith again, his second open frame. He opened in the third, and he opens again here in the eighth. This is what happens.
This ball gets a little bit right. Just hanging on the edge. The ball just too far to the right, doesn't have enough friction from there. But here was a pretty good spare conversion. And the 6 was right around the 10. Bad break.
That ball, that's a gnat's eyelash from going in the old trough there, isn't it?
It was hanging.
Now Robert Smith has the door way open. The strike will put him up by 39.
And again, we talk about it every week. Look at the consistency and the speed. He had the one hiccup where he got the ball, or he got his hand around the side of the ball here in the second frame, but his rev rate's very consistent. With a guy that has this much power, he can keep his revolutions per minute within 30 to 40 of each shot. He's going to be in the ballpark.
Yeah! Well, that's 6 in a row now. You know, we had a great shot, too, of Bryon-Smith in the background. He's talking about, while the other guy's bowling, to try to just block out everything. He's been working with that sports psychologist out of University of Oregon, and he has to block this out because Robert's on a roll right now.
Well, right now, Bryan needs Robert to break a leg. Robert needs to do something disastrous here in the 9th and 10th to open the door back up for Bryan.
Strike puts him up by 59. Put in the books.
Well, you can really see that hand just driving right up the back of the bowling ball.
Yeah, baby. Good job.
Speed of rotation off of Robert Smith's hands, incredible. He's actually back down this week, down the 430, 440, 450 range. Normally this guy's up around the 540 mark, 530.
Yeah, Bryan does regroup here a little bit in the ninth, but he is still trailing by a bunch.
Just ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah. Now we're heading down the home stretch of the PBA's Fall Tour, and next week we'll visit Eastway Lanes in Erie, Pennsylvania for the PBA Flagship Open, one of the great stops on the tour. Then, of course, we go for the richest purse in PBA history on March the 3rd as we bring you the finals of the PBA World Championships in Toledo, $120,000. Well, now the 7 becomes stubborn. And the winner is Robert Smith. That puts up to be Robert up against Dave Traber in semifinal number 2.
You heard Bryan say it's tough to beat 280, and he's right. I just talked to Chris Barnes, Bryan's roommate.
Right.
He told me that Bryan went with a ball he hadn't used all week.
I don't know, kidding. Which is ironic because in the first 2 rounds of match play, he didn't move his feet, and he only used 2 balls the entire time he's been here.
Yeah, well, he used the same ball for 18 games of qualifying to make it to the round of 32. Never moved his feet in 18 games.
That's amazing. Then he changed it in the finals.
Well, obviously, it was something that he saw during practice he didn't like. Decided to go with this ball here.
Well, he's trying to end up on a good note. It has been a great week for Bryon-Smith. The 28-year-old still in search of his first title. He is one of the nice guys on the tour. He is one of the guys that also works out a ton, too. He's got this great health regime. Wasn't his day today. Robert Smith, the winner. He's just going to keep this roll going, baby. Let's open a bakery here.
Yeah, we're going to have to change the pins in the back there because Robert's making splinters of them right now.
One top shot. At least I know what's wrong with me now.
Only one spare. That came in the second. Everything else
strike.
Again, I don't want to keep harping on it, but if you keep your hand underneath it, it cuts down the back-end reaction. When you're a high-rev player like Robert Smith, that's the key.
He is bowling magnificently. Now, he's bowling well in this match. He's got to wait, half hour or so before his next match. What does he do? Because obviously he's hot. Most players don't like stopping during this.
I agree. I think you'd want to keep going.
Well, he's going to have to just sit and wait, though.
Sit one game out, regroup, check out, see how much the lanes have changed from the time he sat.
Well, they're asking for a reset. Robert Smith, already the winner of the wild card match. He'll advance to our second semifinal match against Dave Traber. But coming up, we still have semifinal match